And welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports, and some good news if you are a South African Springbok and Bull supporter. Jake White has confirmed that Cam Hanekom is signed down to a long-term contract and expects him to see it out, and does not expect him to head overseas after there were links to Wales for the young to number 8, who is making waves at the moment and getting a lot of attention, both from South African public as well as public over in Wales. Now, before we go to exactly what has been said, what the facts are, and what the chats have been, please do smash the like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, so Cam Hanekom has been an absolute revelation for the Bulls. Man of the match performance, couple in the URC, for example, has been in tremendous form, absolutely tremendous form, and yeah, I think that he's the next big thing when it comes to South African number 8. And we've seen it before. Franco Horn's playing great rugby. Evan Lewis had a great couple of years. Albert Lowe was making waves. Pepsi Buthelezi, for example, was coming through. We know that the 8 stocks are pretty good, and he's just the next sort of player on the conveyor belt of quality number 8 this country has, but does seem to be very mature for his age. Difficult to sort of pinpoint deficiencies in his game. Now, the big thing about that is that he's Welsh qualified through one of his grandparents, which means that there were stories that Wales Rugby, for example, are looking at talking to him and trying to lure him to go play for Wales, to go and play for one of the Welsh sides, for example, to try and get him into the Welsh setup. But Jake White has looked to kill these rumors by saying the following. He said that he signed until 2027. There's no ways I'd release him from his contract. I'm planning like I'll have him around for the next 4 seasons minimum, which coincides with the remainder of my tenure. It's our job to ensure he's looked after and enjoys his rugby here and doesn't have aspirations to play for anyone else. It's one of those things. I talk confidently that I don't see him wanting to go, and we certainly don't want him to go. One season doesn't make him, though, and he appreciates that. He says that Cameron is 21. All youngsters are the same. He needs to be managed on and off the field. He can't play 80 minutes every week because of the age of his physical body. It's a young body still that will get bigger and better. We'll have to look at how we manage the process. Right, so the main thing is obviously the contract is there. So he is contract until 2027, which is the next World Cup cycle. And that will put him at about 25 years old. So he'll be in contention very much so to be part of the Springbok World Cup squad in 4 years' time if he continues to play like he has. And I think that's the big thing, is that because he's playing so well, the general feeling is that he can make the box the next year or two, and you're probably always going to choose to play the Springboks over Wales. I think he was one of those players who's playing well, but maybe not setting the world alight. He had a long list of players ahead of him. You sit there going, maybe it's better off going and playing 100 games for Wales than to play 20 games for the Springboks type thing, and look, I think the way he's playing, I think he would play many, many games for Wales. Like CJ Stander, for example, who became almost an Irish legend, really. I'm making that decision going overseas. Duhan van der Merwe is going to retire as a Scottish legend. He's got a try-scoring record that is absolutely phenomenal. So there are those players who made those decisions. Obviously, being a junior Springbok, his aspiration will be to play for the Springboks. And I think all players, it comes a time when you have to sit there and go, well, how good am I? And sometimes you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to sit there and say, maybe I'm not going to make the box for whatever reason. And maybe that's not to say you're not good enough, but maybe you don't suit the style, for example. Maybe the timing's wrong. And maybe there are other opportunities which are better aligned with where you are in the career. So, for example, Duhan van der Merwe, I'm sure, would have wanted to play Springboks. It didn't work out for him, so he decided to go overseas to try and make his career work because things weren't working out of the Bulls. He gets playing well. He qualifies to play for Scotland. He goes and plays for Scotland. And I can tell you right now, he makes that Rugby World Cup squad. A lot of people say he doesn't. I definitely think he does. I definitely think that he would have been part of the Springbok setup if he was playing the way he was. And he could make the switch, for example. I think he would play for the Boks. I do. I think he's good enough. Similarly, Jean Klein, for example, is a player who went over, played for Ireland, for example, got that opportunity, and then came back and he played. So I don't think Cam Hanekom is going to take that route. But anything can happen. There can be injuries, for example. You can sort of drop off from form and stuff. But at this stage, it does seem like he is firmly set on playing for the Springboks. He is going to stay at Loftus for as long as they can keep him. Although the way he's playing, I'm sure plenty of offers will arrive on his desk. But Joe, what would you do if you were in a situation? What do you think he will do? Let me know down in the comments below. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.